Cicada 3301. In January 2012, an image was posted on an anonymous internet forum with a short message claiming to recruit highly intelligent individuals. Hidden inside the image was the first layer of an extremely complex puzzle. As users examined the file, they discovered advanced cryptography, steganography, programming challenges, and references to ancient texts and philosophy. Each solved step led to another, sometimes online and sometimes pointing to real-world locations where clues had already been placed. Very few participants made it past the early stages. Those who did reported being contacted privately and then stopped discussing the puzzle publicly. Cicada returned with new challenges in 2013 and 2014, then disappeared entirely. No organization ever claimed responsibility. Intelligence agencies denied involvement. No final explanation was given. Whatever Cicada 3301 was designed to accomplish ended without closure. Lake City Quiet Pills. In the early 2010s, an anonymous account using the name Lake City Quiet Pills began posting cryptic messages on obscure online forums. The phrase itself is military slang for suppressed ammunition, and the tone of the posts reflected that. They were short, clinical, and procedural, often referencing weapons, locations, and outcomes without emotion. Online investigators noticed that some posts appeared to align closely with real-world violent events. This led to speculation that the account belonged to someone with insider knowledge of military or intelligence operations. Others argued the connections were coincidences, driven by selective attention. No evidence ever confirmed either theory. The account eventually stopped posting and vanished, leaving behind an archive that still feels unsettlingly real. The Wyoming Incident. In the early 2000s, a story began circulating online describing a television broadcast hijacking that allegedly occurred in Wyoming. According to accounts, a local station was interrupted by distorted faces, flashing symbols, and strange audio frequencies. Viewers later claimed headaches, nausea, and intense anxiety after watching it. No station records ever confirmed the broadcast existed. Over time, it became clear the story originated as an internet horror narrative. What kept it alive was its similarity to real psychological experiments conducted during the Cold War. The Wyoming incident was never proven to be real, but it was never fully dismissed either. The Max Headroom Hack. On November 22, 1987, two television broadcasts in Chicago were hijacked by an unknown individual wearing a Max Headroom mask. The intruder interrupted programming with distorted audio, nonsensical phrases, and erratic behavior before disappearing. The act required significant technical knowledge of broadcast systems. An investigation was launched by authorities, but no suspects were ever identified. No motive was confirmed. Decades later, the footage exists, but the people responsible were never found. Webdriver Torso. In 2013, YouTube users began noticing a strange channel uploading thousands of nearly identical videos. Each video showed red and blue rectangles accompanied by sharp electronic tones. The channel uploaded relentlessly, sometimes hundreds of times per day, without descriptions or interaction. Speculation spread rapidly, ranging from secret communications to artificial intelligence experiments. Eventually, Google confirmed the channel was used internally to test video compression and quality. Soon after, uploads stopped, and many videos were deleted. The explanation was given, but the activity was never fully documented. Geedis. In 2017, collectors rediscovered an enamel pin from the 1980s depicting a strange character named Geedis. The pin was traced to a company known for licensed merchandise, yet no books, shows, or games featuring the character could be found. Additional pins appeared, all depicting characters from the same unknown fantasy world. Years later, the original artist was identified and confirmed he had created the artwork for a fantasy concept that was never released. However, no records of the project itself were ever located. Geedis remains evidence that creative worlds can briefly exist and then almost completely disappear. A858. In the late Cold War era, during the 1970s, radio monitoring groups began detecting a strange shortwave transmission that did not resemble any known broadcast at the time. The signal would appear without warning, transmit briefly, and then disappear. It later became known as A858, named after its most commonly logged frequency. Unlike traditional number stations, which usually broadcast spoken numbers or coded phrases, A858 transmitted only distorted tones, mechanical pulses, and bursts of sound. There was no human voice, no recognizable language, and no consistent structure. Each transmission sounded different from the last. Radio enthusiasts and analysts began recording the signal and comparing logs. No regular schedule could be confirmed. Sometimes it appeared multiple times in a month. Other times it vanished for years. The lack of pattern made it difficult to trace or decode. Direction-finding attempts suggested the signal originated somewhere in Eastern Europe or Western Russia, but results were inconsistent. No government or military organization ever claimed responsibility, and no official documentation referencing A858 was released. Some analysts believe the signal was designed for machine reception rather than human listening. The irregular tones may represent encrypted data bursts intended for automated receivers similar to early digital communication systems used during the Cold War. Others believe A858 is a remnant of outdated military infrastructure. According to this theory, the system was never properly decommissioned and continues operating autonomously, transmitting meaningless data long after its original purpose was lost. Unlike many numbers stations that went silent after the Cold War ended, A858 did not fully disappear. It continued to surface sporadically into the 1990s and 2000s, maintaining the same strange characteristics. A858 does not behave like a message meant to be understood. It behaves like a system still running, long after the people who built it stopped paying attention. And whatever it was meant to communicate, it never stopped trying to send it. This man. In 2008, a website appeared online showing a simple sketch of a man's face alongside a single question: "Have you dreamed of this man?" According to the site, a patient in New York had described this exact face to a psychiatrist after repeatedly dreaming about him. The psychiatrist sketched the face, and later other patients claimed they had seen the same man in their dreams as well. Posters with the sketch and the same question appeared in cities across Europe and the United States. As the website spread, thousands of emails were submitted by people saying they recognized the face. Some believed it was a shared psychological phenomenon. Others claimed it was something supernatural or even evidence of mind control experiments. Online investigators eventually dug into the website itself. A reverse IP lookup connected it to a guerrilla marketing company. In 2010, Italian sociologist and marketer Andrea Nutella admitted responsibility. He explained that this man was part of an art and marketing experiment designed to study how ideas spread and how suggestion could influence dreams. The face was based loosely on his father, and many of the early testimonials were fabricated. However, Nutella never clearly explained what the campaign was meant to promote. No product, movie, or project was ever revealed. The website was left online and reports continued. While the mystery of its origin was solved, the psychological effect remained. Many people who had never heard of the site before still claimed to dream about the man after seeing his face. The explanation existed. The phenomenon did not fully disappear.